Alright, so you got your radio, and you got the harness. This is the harness you got to order online or go in a store and get. The radio comes with its own harness. This is a smaller harness. It's got a smaller plug. And what it does is this, they all have the same color wires as what comes from the harness. What the harness does is the harness plugs in to the stock harness coming from your car. So your car comes with all its wires to a plug, and you plug this and connect it into that. That's behind your radio, behind your stock radio. After you take that radio out, you'll unplug the stock radio, and when you unplug the stock radio, that plug will go into here. And you don't have to do anything else with the stock harness. That's all you got to do is plug it into that. Now for these, you got your radio harness. All these wires have to be connected to this somehow. And they're color coded. So you got 2 whites, you got 2 purples, 2 greens, a yellow, a blue, all that stuff. And all the colors should match to your radio. They should match. So you got a white here, there'll be a white over here, and you match it. You got a white with a black stripe, you match it to the one over here with the white and the black stripe. You got a green over here, match to the green over here. You got a green with a black stripe, match to the green with a black stripe. Don't mix them up. Make sure if there's a black stripe, it goes with the black stripe one. Don't mix a stripe with a solid. Make sure they're both the same. And you got like these wires. You strip the ends of them. I don't know how well you know this stuff, but you strip the ends of them, and the copper wire will expose. You just get the insulation off. The copper wire will expose, and you just you twist it onto this copper wire. You twist them together, and then you tape them with electrical tape. That's why there's electrical tape on these, because I just pull them off. But you just tape them with electrical tape, just so they're secure. Especially when you're cramming it all back in there, one might fall out and it might not work. But pretty much that's all you got to do is take the color coded and match them to this one. Now this harness might have extra wires that you don't need, and sometimes same with this one. It might have extra wires that you don't necessarily need in order for it to work. Like sometimes the radio comes with extra wires, such as like a power antenna or a dimmer or stuff like that, and you don't need it. So you don't have to worry about those. If there's extra wires that don't match, just don't worry about them. Just cap them and put them to the side. Cap them, I mean like put electrical tape on them like this. Make it look like that. Put electrical tape on it just so it doesn't touch anything else. Or you could get a cap like this and put the cap on it, and then just leave it to the side. You don't need to worry about it. The one that you have to worry about is coming from here, is the black one. If you don't have a black coming from here, then all you have to do is take the black from here and ground it to a screw somewhere inside, like where you take your radio out, that little cubby hole. There'll be screws in there, like somewhere on the frame or whatever. You take that black and you run it to that screw. And then when you run into that screw, that'll be your ground. Sometimes there will be a black here, like this. There's a black one here and it's capped. This obviously wasn't being used. That's because it wasn't being used with the stock harness. So what they did is they ran this black one to a screw. So I normally always run it to a screw. That way it's its own circuit and you don't have to worry about it going in the harness. So that's what I would do. Take the black one from the radio side, run it to a screw. That way you know it's grounded well. That's pretty much it for that. I mean, you color code them, match them, and there might be extra ones. Don't worry about it. And then you just plug it into your stock harness. It's very simple. Antenna. You plug the antenna in. That's that weird looking one. It's like a big metal one. You just plug it into the antenna hole. And this one actually has an extender antenna. Sometimes the antenna just has a regular hole in here. If you have subs or whatever, just hook the subs up to here. This is the right and left. The subs is like, there's a little extra to that. If you want to know about the subs, let me know, and I'll post another video on how to hook that up. But that's pretty much it. So you got stock. This plugs in the stock harness. Now this isn't exactly an Eclipse harness. This is for an SRT4. So don't worry if it looks different, but it should look similar. It's something square like that. But plugs into your stock harness, color match them, and you're pretty much done. That's about it.